Alright, so what I'm going to do for all of my friends out there who have Macintosh computers, first of all I want to preface this by saying Mac is still the most secure operating system right out of the box, because most of the settings that this computer has on it that leave it wide open for me to hack it are not configured that way when you get out of the box. It's things you might turn on for occasional use, like for a remote desktop and things like that, or just because you're fooling around with things you shouldn't be messing with. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hack into this computer over a local area network using nothing but my iPhone and 2 apps that you can get from the App Store. Combined, the 2 apps cost about $15. The first one is an app called iNet, which was about $4. iNet is a network scanner. This shows you everything that's on the network. So if I refresh this, it's going to scan the network. Okay, so this shows every device that is on the network currently. It's showing the router, Mitchell Hartman's iPad 2, Evan Hartman's iMac, and Evan Hartman's iPhone. These are all the devices that are currently connected to this network. Now, if you take this into a crowded coffee shop or Panera Bread or something like that, you're going to see every single computer and device that's connected to the network. When you click for more information on one of these guys, it's going to show you the device's name, its IP address, and what services are enabled on the computer. The host name on this is Evan-Hartman's-iMac, so it shows you that. It also shows the numeric IP address, which is 192.168.1.3. These are services that I can access on that computer remotely if I have the correct login credentials. The one that's important here is SSH Remote Login Protocol. So if the computer is left password unprotected, then that means you basically have open access to the computer. Now you're taking a little bit of an assumption at this point that there is no password. There's ways of getting a hold of a password from a Macintosh computer, but for the most part it involves spending some one-on-one time with the computer for at least a few minutes. So for the sake of argument, we're going to assume it's unprotected because a good chunk of computers out there are. So with this information, I then have to open my other app. There's several you can use. I'm using one called ISSH. I've already configured this once, so I'm just going to show you what settings I used. Description is just a name for my configuration. The host, I just copy-pasted the name Evan Hartman's iMac.local, which was on that other page. Port 22, which I also copied in. Login, which is Evan Hartman, which whenever a computer is named after a person, it's almost a 99% chance that one of the logins is their first name and last name. Once you're done with this, hit save. That green light means it was able to establish a connection. Once I hit this, it's going to ask me to enter a password, or, which like I said, in case there isn't one, you just leave this blank. Today, we're going to be using the actual password. Okay, once you see this, this is access to the computer's terminal. If you'll notice on the iMac, there's no indication that there's any connection from my iPhone to the computer. Nothing's changed. From this point, I can give the computer a command like reformat the hard drive, post something embarrassing from your Facebook, whatever I really want to at this point. I want to make it something simple. I'm going to make the computer speak. Assuming the speakers are on, or the person, your unwitting victims, listening to headphones. So I have my command for what I want it to say. Now as soon as I hit return, the computer will speak what I told it to say.
Hi, I am Macintosh. I just became self-aware.
So you can have some fun with this.
I have taken over control of your computer. Give me $1 million or else.
So, every single thing you can do with a computer can be controlled by one of these commands. It's as simple as just Googling it, finding out what the correct bash command is for what you want to do. If you really wanted to wreak havoc with this, you sit in enough crowded coffee shops, eventually you're going to stumble across some poor soul who doesn't have a password in the computer or a very simple to guess password, and has remote login enabled because that's in the system preferences. So don't be that person. If you have to use remote login, turn it off when you're done. Put a good strong password on your computer, and hopefully this won't happen to you.